Hi, Tim Peasy here with Peasy Tackle and Fishing Adventures, uploading a new video. I had the honor of some UW Stout students to choose me to complete an assignment. The assignment was to do a documentary. I'd like to thank Drew Pingle for picking me and his team. Credits are at the end of the video for those fellas. And I'd also like to thank Dave Bonjour as he let me borrow his boat as mine was getting some work done during this time period. So enjoy the video, like and share. It was fun to do, very creative, and the students did a very professional job, as you will see. So enjoy, like, and share. Thanks for watching.
We often look at a job as working 9 to 5, but there are jobs where people get to do their everyday passion for a living. A unique example of this is the fishing guide. Fishing guides are experts who lead people of all experience levels out on the water. We met Tim Peasy, who's been a guide for almost 15 years. We asked Tim what he would say to people who say being a fishing guide is not a real job.
Maybe they should try it sometime. You just don't sit out and cast a bobber in the weeds and hope for a bluegill. My name is Tim Peasy, P-I-Z-Z-I, and I'm currently a full-time fishing guide. At a very early age, growing up in Chicago, I had the opportunities to spend some time with my grandfather, uncles, and other relatives in Wisconsin, who occasionally took me fishing, and I fell in love with fishing from the first time out. The passion part has not changed since I was 8 or 9 years old. I started guiding in 2011 after I felt I'd developed enough skills to be beneficial to people on the water. The first couple of years in tournament fishing were very challenging. Got a lot of butt kicking and learned the hard way, but once I developed into that, I had the confidence that I could help other people learn how to catch fish in different times and areas. So I figured, why not try and earn some money doing something I love? There was an event about 6-7 years ago, and I had a grandfather, a son, and a grandson in the boat at the same time. It was in August, and we had a very challenging morning. Some of the bites aren't very good in August, so we only had a couple fish in the live well. And I made a few moves, made a few changes, not very big and not very far away, and we started catching 25 to 28 inch fish. And then throughout the day, we managed to have 3 mountable walleyes for 3 generations in the same afternoon in one boat. So that's very fulfilling for me to see that happen for somebody.
While Tim has had great success, guiding doesn't come without its challenges.
There's some expectations for the clients and customers, and they're different. Some people just want to be out on water in a nice piece of equipment. Other people want to fill their limit as soon as they can. Some people want a trophy fish. So as I move forward, making sure I understand what the client wants that day, what they're interested in, what their needs are, and fulfilling those in an entertaining and safe fashion. Fish don't bite all the time. Sometimes it's got to do with weather, time of year, situational, or I'm doing the wrong thing. So it's been very challenging to keep customers entertained, and while the fishing isn't going so well, one of the ways I do that is keep them involved on the sonar. So I run 3 sonars on my boat, and we have side imaging, down imaging, and now forward facing sonar. So I keep them involved by knowing we are around fish. They just may not be biting at the moment.
Most of us think fishing is just casting a bait and waiting for a bite, but there's a lot more that goes into succeeding in this industry.
The technology has become so important. It narrows everything down time-wise. That's the first thing. And the actual technology that's doing that more is forward-facing sonar. As I can point out to 100 feet with my Garmin and show fish, see your lure, see them react to your lure. And that triggers a lot of things in the boat as far as changing lures, slowing presentations, going faster, looking for reaction strikes based on reactions that you could see that you couldn't see a few years ago. So right there's a bigger suspended fish that says about 9-10 feet away from the boat. And it's moving to our right. And I'll try and make a little flip and get this bait in front of it. And they didn't seem to care too much, but there's some right by the boat as well. My theory's always been if they're gonna bite, they'll bite pretty early. And if they're not, find another one. Look around with your forward facing, side imaging, down imaging, and try and find active ones. Don't spend too much time on inactive fish.
Tim has proved to us that being a fishing guide can be a real job. It requires knowledge, skills, and a desire to satisfy customers. What does he plan moving forward as he continues guiding?
Try and stay just a little bit more entertained in the boat. I get a little overboard serious-wise, so it's not always just throw the live well full and get off the water. So the experience, the teaching, and especially taking young folks out in the boat and experiencing that, and stay a little more entertaining.